Welcome or welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be listening to some stories about giants. Like and subscribe.
You wanted to see something about giants,
Yes, giants.
so we're going to start off really big. How's that sound? Here's the biggest thing I've got. This is from an 18-foot person, estimated. Big toe bone. There it is.
That is this far.
Yeah, your very end big toe bone. It's been x-rayed, and this person had broke their toe bone, and then it healed up. This is from an 18-foot person.
We were we were in Turkey, and we were out at the village where we believed Noah's house to be. And years ago, they had dug up a grave that we believe was Noah's wife's grave. Just looking around where the hole for her grave was, where they had dug it up, and we found some bones. And these bones here have been identified by a radiologist and a couple of physicians. None of them want to put their name on their statement, but here's what they told us we have. That we have a human finger with a touch of arthritis. And this is the finger, this is this part of the finger. See, it's this, and
But now that I know, this totally look like big toes sticking out of the grass.
Big toe.
Yeah. Honey, you're walking on the giant's big toes. You better make sure he doesn't start wiggling.
So you don't believe in giants yet? What about giant trees? Do you believe in giant trees the size of the Statue of Liberty? No? Well, if you stick around, by the end of this video, you might just believe in both. Let's first look at the Devil's Tower in Wyoming in the United States, and let's look what the mainstream narrative tells us. They tell us that this began as liquid hot magma that came out of the earth and hardened. But when you look at things and you don't just believe what you're told, and you have an open mind, you see what I see. And that is that this 900-foot supposed rock formation looks an awful lot like a 2-foot petrified tree stump. Is that just a coincidence to you? Could they really look that similar if these weren't petrified trees? But you might be asking yourself, why would they hide this information from us? Well, I believe it's because it's talked about in the Bible, and talked about how trees were so tall they reached the sky and could be seen to the ends of the earth. The Bible also references how angelic watchers came down and chopped down trees and destroyed everything except left the stumps. Could it be we're seeing what's talked about in the historic book of the Bible? The Bible also references giants and talks about how there were giants on the earth in those days. Could it be that the same people that created lies like evolution also are trying to hide the fact that giants and giant trees once were on this realm we live in? To hide the fact that there's legitimacy to the Bible? Could it be that there are giants so big that you mistake them for mountains? You see all these pictures of mountaintops might not look much to the eye like this, but when you flip it like this, the picture becomes a little bit more clear, and you can start to see that maybe there were beings here of the size of mountains and trees here the size of giant skyscrapers. The evidence is all around us. All you have to do is look. But you need to look with an unprogrammed mind. And then you need to ask yourself, what could have caused all this petrification? What could have happened to all these giant trees and these giant humanoids? And you look into it and you see that water plays a giant role in petrification. I don't recall anything about water though in the history, except for the Great Flood that is literally mentioned in every single ancient culture's history. Everyone, and especially mentioned in the Bible. So you can continue to buy into what the mainstream says, and that it's just a coincidence that there are rock formations that look like human faces, and it's just a coincidence that there are giant stone formations that look like petrified trees. You can continue to believe that you're in a spinning globe and that evolution is real and that you're just an accident. Or you can do research and you can find out truth and you can figure out there is a creator that created this amazing place and you were created for a purpose.
Did this man just witness a real giant? On October 23rd, TikToker RB Diesel posted a video from a remote location in Oregon where he claimed to have seen what appeared to be a giant looking out of a stone door high up on a cliff face just before it closed. Check this out.
There, right up there. That thing was open. It opened completely up and then it closed back up. And there's a little slot in it right up there. You can see that little slot where it looked like somebody was staring out of. Dude, giants are freaking real. I don't care what anybody says.
This video has since gone viral, and over the past weekend, he and his wife, along with a group of friends, went back to investigate.
The group dropped off. We were followed by 2 white government trucks that the wife and I took off up in the hills, and we did lose and come back down. I know what I think it is. This looks like it was just set in there.
After losing these unmarked trucks, they managed to hike up there, but had some strange things happen.
Right down the road, we're going to get up there. We're going to get what we need to get done. It's about a mile back, 2 miles up or whatever. We got to cut across. Right now the building's right above me. Did you hear that? Yeah, but that was a big thump.
Now, another TikToker who lived nearby decided to drive out to the location, and here's what they found. So, did RB Diesel really find the home of a giant? Or some kind of opening to a secret facility? Just what is going on here?
Why is it that when God wanted to create fish, he spoke to the sea? And when he wanted to create trees, he spoke to the earth? And when he wanted to create us, he spoke to himself. What happens when you take a fish out of water? It dies. And what happens when you remove a tree from the ground? It dies. And what happens when you remove us from God? We die. Humans were made to live in the presence of God. He is our natural habitat, and without him, there is no life. If you're not sure that you are living the full life that Jesus intended for you to live, then follow or subscribe now and go watch the video that I pinned in the comments.
If you needed further proof that we live on the remains of a much larger past, and that geology is nothing more than hardened biology, let's take a look at where a trendy and popular ingredient you might have in your cabinet came from: Himalayan salt. You tell me what these caves look like. Let's take a look at some of that salt taken out of these mines and collected into a pile. Now, do those not look like slabs of meat or what? Here's a closer picture of one. How about now? If pork ribs aren't your cut of choice, don't worry. There's many other cuts to choose from here. In the right conditions, after a great flood-like event, buried and covered in sediment, these petrified beings became the new mountains and hillsides of this realm. If you aren't convinced, let's do a few more side-by-sides. You got rock and meat. One of my favorites, you got bacon, and you got bacon rock. History is nothing more than a set of lies agreed upon, and the same goes for most all of academia. The truth is in the hillsides and in the mountains, hidden in plain sight. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
Right, let's get this straight right now, right? Why has nobody told me that this thing right here is real? Explain that to me. Explain that to me. And it doesn't stop there. No, here's another one. Look at that. Clearly a woman. Clearly a woman. Don't you know? How is that thing? Explain that. It's not a natural form. And then here's another one. Just a guy. Dude, it's out there. Little penguin for you. Then a little bird kissing another bigger bird. Some sort of goat. Not quite sure. Defo a snake. Defo a snake. There's two snakes. Two snakes on top of each other. Then I've no idea what that is, but if they're not teeth, I don't know what are. Defo a little dinosaur. And then a hand. What is going on, people? I mean, check this out, right? Just look at this for a second, and you tell me what this could be. I mean, I'm not sure about that one. Looks sus. That's a bit sus too. That's defo a person, that though. Not even bothered. When did this become a thing?
Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.